One, two, three, four. 16 babies have just been brought into this world. By the time that I am finished with this speech, over 1,000 babies would have been born. Out of those 1,000 babies, around 800 of them would have been born in less developed countries in Africa and Asia. Today, I would like to talk to you about overpopulation and how fast the human population is growing. I would like to share with you why majority of those babies that are born in less developed countries are born to women who do not have access or do not know about contraceptives. After we look at those issues, I would like to show you why education is the number one way to help reduce the threat of overpopulation. Now let's start by looking at how fast our population is expected to grow. In my school textbook, Understanding Social Problems, it states that the population is projected to grow from 7 billion in 2013 to over 9.5 billion in 2050. Around 82% of the world's population reside in less developed countries in Africa and Asia. The women in those developing countries have between 5 and 7 kids. The reason they are so compelled to have so many kids are because they don't use contraceptives, they are in poor areas where healthcare is unheard of, and some women just want to make sure that some of their kids will actually survive until adulthood. A United Nations study published in August 2010 stated that Asia currently do not know where they will get the means to support the anticipated 1.5 billion people that will be on their continent by 2050. Addressing the unequal growth of the human population is very important to our society. And one proven way to help lower fertility rates in less developing countries is through educating both men and women. Now that we have seen how fast our population is growing, let's now see how educating young women and men can help that problem. The International Planned Parenthood Federation states that worldwide, over 200 million women do not want to be pregnant and are not using modern contraceptives. Contraceptives is one of the best ways to help women actually plan out the amount of kids they want to have. One of the main reasons that women in these areas do not use contraceptives is because they don't know a lot about it. And some have heard bad rumors and things about it that is harmful. This is where education becomes important. The Population Reference Bureau collected data from many countries that showed that women with at least a secondary level of education give birth to half the amount of women with no formal education. Women who are better educated are more prone to have smaller families, marry later in life, and have more control to fight over their reproductive lives. Programs like International Planned Parenthood help show women that contraceptives are available in these countries. They help dispel any kind of myths that they may have heard. They also help inform men about the use of contraceptives with the hopes that the men will either use them themselves or support the women who want to. Contraceptive use has increased in countries in Asia and Latin America, showing that education is working. Fertility rates are lowering constantly. So, in conclusion, we can now see how fast our population is growing and how unequal it is growing in less developed countries. The women in those areas, they lack the knowledge about what options they have to assist them in planning their families. Educating these women and their spouses about ways to properly plan their family will result in fewer unwanted children, fewer unwanted health issues, and lower fertility rates. That is why education is the number one way to help reduce the overpopulation of our planet. Thank you.